I like the green. I like everything. So we can get started right away. How are you guys doing today?
Wonderful. How are you doing?
You had a great tour with him?
We're having a great tour.
All right,
yes, he's doing a great job.
So let's do the ticketing right away for the three of you. Then we get into the tour, okay? The tickets are over here. Alright, so welcome here once again to the Museum Kasi Palik Maishi. My name is Damaris, by the way, and I'll be your guide for today. But before we get into that, I would like to know with you how much time you have available.
We have plenty of time. Yeah.
Alright, so we can get like 6 or 7 hours of tours. No, I'm just kidding. Normally we do like 30 to 45 minutes between that. So you can keep it in mind. Okay? Well, here at the museum, what we do is basically give a representation of what the people looked like or lived like back in the day, especially the enslaved people that got freed after the abolition of slavery. The abolition happened in 1863, and right after that, they received a piece of land from their former slave owners as a sort of a gift. But it wasn't completely a gift because you still had to pay for it. But how? By planting different fruits and vegetables, and those you had to bring over. And of course, if I'm doing that, you don't have a fence, goats walk right in, eat everything up, and then you have a huge problem because you don't have anything to bring over and you're possibly going to get evicted right away. So they decided, let's create a fence. No wood in abundance here on the island, but what we do have, however, is cactus. So they decided, then let's create the fence out of cactus. And if you come a little bit closer, I can show you how it was done as well. So basically I need to start with chopping down a piece of cactus like you can see over here, but it has the spine so I cannot really grab and go. For that they designed these two over here. In our native language we refer to them as the chi and the cha, but we also call them the women and the men. And guess which one does all of the work? The women, right? So I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you how she goes about it. You need to place a female behind the cactus like this. And the male, just like the laws of nature, would have to insert himself, and voila, you can lift up your piece of cactus, all right? So quite smart. Once you lift it up, you can place it on a carrier or a stretcher like you can see over here. You bring a whole bunch to your yard, dig a hole about 30 to 35 centimeters deep, insert each one individually, and then within a week, they will start grabbing roots again and growing straight up. So that's basically the science behind the cactus fence. Right next to it, we have the house of our rooster. And he is feathery friends, and some people say it's quite self-explanatory because usually black people love eating chicken. But here on the island, whenever we place a chicken house at the left hand side of our homes, it's because we use it to cast away bad energy and bad desires of people. But how could that possibly work? If you pay attention to the rooster over here, he has curled feathers. And we believe that as bad wishes of people travel in the air trying to reach your home, they would encounter the curled feathers of the rooster. The bad wishes would turn on those feathers and go straight back to the person that sent it to you. So in a way, it's our way of saying that yes, we acknowledge that you might have bad wishes for us and our families, but no, thank you, keep them for yourself. Okay? Interesting, but fancy too, if I can tell you about it. The fencing was a little bit higher, though for your own privacy you had to come in here, you dig yourself a nice little hole, you squat, you do whatever you had to do, and then you cover it up. But if you take a look with me, it's quite small, so it gets filled up easily. So they thought, it's not really working that well, and they came up with a second concept, and you can see it over here. Basically just a bench with a hole right in the midst of it. You had to come with your own bucket, you place it underneath, then you had to sit, do whatever you had to do, and take it out to the bushes, throw it away, clean it up, and place it here for the second or next person to use it. So quite interesting, and by now you know if you have to use the restroom today, here is where it's at. We have all types of leaves and stuff that you can use, so just ask me for a bucket, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Once you felt like you found balance, you still had to take your two other hands down because you had to carry 2 more buckets of water. So finally carrying a total of 3 buckets, you could start walking back and forth towards your home. But what happens if I stumble? I lose all the water, I get soaking wet, I need to go all the way back to the water well. So the black women here on the island thought, no, we're not going through that, and their solution was to use their hips to give them extra balance as they walk. So until today, they still say that black women walk, a little bit sexy because they had to carry tons and tons of water on top of their hat. So that is really, really fun. I like doing it all the time, and I think right now, since you're all the way in the South Arabian Sea, why not try it as well? All right, so we're going to start with you over here, and then we go to you as well. Yeah, so we're going to try the see how you manage. It's quite easy. It's the easiest thing ever. I'm gonna help you with these two.
Yeah. See
Oh,
the
it fits
sexy
perfectly.
walk.
Oh, I don't sexy.
We're going to do it hips and all, okay?
Hips and all.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So you fold it first, and you feel it until you find balance.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
she's a natural talent. Okay.
Watch where get your
Get my, I'm not getting my hips going on. Oh no. This is hard. Oh yeah, your turn.
We'll try it.
Yeah, let's see.
Give
Let's
it
try,
a shot.
let's
Give
try,
it
let's
a
try.
shot. It's quite easy. All right. Okay. And now as I place it, you hold it as well. Keep looking straight ahead. Yep. And she got it. I think.
You're turn up a little bit.
No.
It goes. It goes. Only 2 steps and you're good. Yes. Awesome. All right. So after you're done with getting water, you could also continue with different other household chores like doing the laundry. And for that, you have to use one of these, a scrub board or a washboard. We started off with just a wooden version, however, and then we went on to the glass one that I have right over here. And to be honest with you, it's quite a simple process to do your laundry with a washboard. You just grab your piece of clothing like this, and then you have to scrub up and down, up and down, up and down until you remove the dirt out of your clothing piece. But here again, on the island, whenever women come together to do different chores, they do a lot of songs as well. So today I'm gonna do one of them as well, so you can get an idea of how this song sounds like. Okay? It goes like this. Washi kulaba kino polaba ya kalimambe ya kalimambe ya Tobo kulaba kino polaba ya kalimambe ya kalimambe ya And every time I let you apart, you had to press down just a little bit harder so you could remove the dirt out of your clothing piece as well. And then a quick translation. A washboard that washes with me can be washing with you as well. So it means in a context from women to women, my washboard, my man, it's my man. Keep your hands up. Okay? All right, so we're going to move on. Say something, how do you reply? With a little bit more energy. All right, let's try it. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Bati pilong, ha! Zawela pilong,
Ha!
Batie, batie,
Ha!
Bati pilong,
Ha!
Zawela pilong,
Ha!
Batie,
Ha!
batie,
Ha!
batie.
Ha!
All right, awesome. A big round of applause for you guys. It was amazing. And once you're done here, broke it down in smaller pieces, red table, like I said. And right now we're going inside to see the end result of our half remote. 2 years old by now, also recognized by UNESCO, the local UNESCO committee, as a heritage spot here on the island. The original roof, as you can see, weren't made out of plywood, but it was out of corn maze. We have some examples over there. They placed 4 layers on top of each other to give you enough protection against sun exposure, rain, birds flying in, heavy winds, and things like that. The walls were made out of woven branches of trees, and on top of it, they placed this material over here. I'm gonna give each one of you a piece of it. You can touch it, smell it, even trying to figure out what it is. Press it real good against your nose. Sniff, sniff, sniff.
It's like cow patty.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good.
It's like I felt that before.
Oh no.
This is basically cow manure, cow dung, and since you're older than 16, right? Okay, so it's cow. And what's so good about this is that it has certain toxic gases within it, and because of these gases, you won't ever find any types of mosquitoes, bugs, or anything within the house. And this is still practiced by the Maasai people, especially back in Africa. Okay, so now that we know about the roof and the walls, let's talk about the structure of the house itself. Quite simple. You had 2 rooms. The bigger room is where we're standing right now, the living room, and then the master bedroom would be all the way in the back, but we're going to do that shortly.
Okay.
The living room, since it was a big room of your house, you had to use it for different things. So over here, they had their coat closet. Here, a vitrina to store small items that you had. After refining the water, you had to place it in here. And this one, do you know what it is? It's a gramophone, okay? It's a modern day DJ booth that we know. And here, a machine to create hats. And since everyone didn't have the same size, it was handy that you could customize it according to your very own wishes. And here, an old ice cream machine that they had as well. So you had to pour. You have one?
My grandpa had one, yeah.
Oh, so you know how it works. Oh.
Yeah.
That's so nice. So basically, you have to insert your ice blocks in here, coconut milk, and your desired flavor. And you turn the handle until it turns the ice cream consistency that you wanted. And a quick, interesting fact, ice blocks were brought to the island by the American Leonard Wellington Smith. So he was the one that designed the swinging old lady as well in the city center. He was the one that brought ice for us right now, and we're forever grateful. All right in the middle of the living room, you also had your dining table, and since we placed a whole bunch of things on top of it today, we're gonna go through them quickly as well. This one over here, do you know what it is? No, it's called the fruit of the calabash, and it grows in Africa, grows here as well. So when the slaves came over, they saw it again and they thought, okay, we know this, we can use it for different things that we need. And one of the first things that they created was this one, which would be a bowl. Exactly, and if I have a bowl, I can't use my hand, so I need a spoon as well. So we call this a kalembe. Now we have the bowl, we have the spoon, we need to drink something, we have a cup as well. And a smaller version, which we love and adore here on the island, look like this, and guess how we use it?
Shot pot.
Exactly. All right, we love it here on the island. All right, next to it we have this one, is the mean of communication that you had back in the day. So you have to think of it as the, you know, the Facebook, the telephone, the internet, the Instagram that we have nowadays look like this for them. You had to blow in here, it would create different sounds, and as a population you had to learn those sounds so you could stay updated with what was going on. Let's go on towards this one. This is called blows. It comes from the indigo plant, and basically when the leaves are dying, we grab them, we mash them up, and they turn into this natural color. So it's 100% nature at work. And once we have this, we use it for 3 things. Number 1, if you have jeans, that's one of the main components. Number 2, if you have white clothing at home, you want to conserve the color, you just throw a pinch in your washing machine and voila, snow white. And number 3 has a lot to do with African belief systems. How we believe here on the island that right after the childbirth, a mother should always grab a little bit of this product like so, rub it on the crown of your baby's head, also in the shape of a cross in your baby's back, and underneath the sole of your baby's feet as protection against the possible bad wishes and bad desires of people. Until the day of today, we believe in this, and we believe in it great time. All right, so right now, to finish up for today, please walk with me to the master bedroom. Thank you. Okie dokie, we're finally inside the master bedroom. Quite simple, no air conditioning, no TV, no surround system. All you had was a bed as entertainment. I'm gonna give you extra details today as well. So basically a military cot, and you had to sleep as a couple on here. And if you had a baby up to 3 years, the baby had to sleep with you too. When kids grow 3 and bigger, they start growing too old for the bed, so they start sleeping on the living room floor out there. Behind you we had like a storage bin, and inside of it you can even see 2 examples of dolls that they created out of leftover fabric. Then next to me, if you join me, you can see the alternative that they have for the toilet. We call it a PO, it's a chamber pot. Here, sandals created out of leather with at the backside tires of cars, so quite creative as well. If you had to use a sink, this would be it, and all the way in the back you had your very own walk-in closet. What you can see hanging there is the national costume, especially for women. It looks very colorful and rich in your personality, character, but back in the day it was more from basic materials. And here we can see one of the materials, bags of flour coming from the St. Lawrence flour mills in Canada. and out of it you could create different things. Here, a perfect example, a set of pants, but it didn't have no zippers or buttons though, so you had to wear it solely at home. But if you wanted to go to the city center, of course you had to show up a little bit neater. So for that they had these over here, bags of rice, brand confetti coming from Houston, Texas, and out of it you can see this time a way more modern type of pants, but this time with its own zippers, buttons even, and also a belt attached to it. And of course, if I had a set of trousers, you needed a shirt to go with it as well. So it looked like this, with on the back side even some houses embroidered on it to, you know, make it a little bit prettier. Since our men were working quite constantly in salt flats, you had to keep bending over all the time, so they decided, let's create these to give extra support. And another type of belt that we have comes from African traditions, especially for women right after childbirth. We encourage that you use this one to give you a super flat belly again. Okay, so to finish off, I would like to walk with you here. It says, it's a quote that we have in our native language: in English, clothes do not make the man. And it should say that what we see from the exterior, so from the outside, shouldn't always demand or dictate the qualities from within. So with that, I would like to thank you guys for walking with me tonight. Not tonight. I'm a little bit tired. I worked a lot, but yeah, thank you for walking with me today. I hope that you had a great time and that you could have learned a little bit of our native culture as well.